Dr. Russ Skinner with Superior Health and Wellness, and I'm here today with Tommy Fleury. He is a certified personal trainer, a whole bunch of other letters that go behind his name, and he is my personal trainer. And we're here today to announce kind of the kickoff to our 12 Days of Fitness beginning January 5th. So for everybody that's really wanting to get the new year started off right with their fitness goals, with their weight loss goals, with just want to start the year off right. I'm wanting to start my year off right, so I'm going to kind of regroup a little bit and really start doing this. So our program is, you'll be able to see it on superiorhealthwellness.com. Follow us on social. All of these things will be coming out through social media as well as to your email if you're on our email list. 12 Days of Fitness starting January 5th. Now the program itself will consist of workout plans designed by Tommy, nutritional plans designed by Alicia Harrison. She's our nurse practitioner, was on our last podcast, and is one of our lead clinicians here at Superior Health. So she's going to have our nutritional plans in place, and we're going to guide you through the next 2 weeks of your workouts, your fitness, and your nutrition. Try to get a good start to the year. Now, a lot of people may be starting the new year with weight loss goals, and that may include some prescription weight loss, such as GLP-1s. The big thing with GLP-1s, as Tommy knows and many of you know, significant weight loss, but there's a concern about lean body mass loss with that. And so there's some ways to combat that. We actually have an article on our website in our Learning Hub talking about ways to combat lean body mass loss while on GLP-1s. But it's important that anybody starting those really realizes that there are some things we can do. If you look at data, it can show that out of the weight loss someone has, if they're not doing some of these things, 25 to 40% of that weight loss could be lean body mass, which is not what people are trying to lose. They want to lose fat, not lean body mass. So Tommy, from your perspective, somebody that's on just trying to lose weight, definitely if they're on a GLP-1, when it comes to exercise, if you can pick the one thing, what's the one thing you got to do this, no matter what, you have to do this if you're going to preserve lean body mass?
Yeah, the number one thing is, in terms of exercise, is going to be weight bearing exercise, which is weightlifting. You got to put some sort of load on your body to keep that skeletal muscle mass. If there's no stimulus to that skeletal muscle mass by doing some weight bearing exercise, it won't maintain, right? It's kind of one of those systems, and you calorie deficit through GLP-1, then you'll start losing weight overall. And your body has no problem attacking the muscle if you're not using it. But the way to combat that, if you give it stimulus, the body loves to maintain that muscle. So yeah, weight-bearing exercise.
Weight-bearing exercise. And when it comes to that weight-bearing exercise, compound movements are best. So somebody's got a short time frame, they can do 30 or 40 minutes, but they can't do a long time in the gym. It's those big, major muscle group compound lifts that are important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you want to support those big muscle groups for sure, number one. And the most important part when you do a compound exercise is going to target different joints. And that's the biggest thing. If you don't have that much time, you want to work on the legs at the same time as your upper body, but also stimulate different parts of your legs. If you do too many isolation movements, then you're targeting only one muscle group, and that takes a lot longer time. Of course, that could be some benefit for people who are more advanced in what they're doing, or want to grow a specific part of their body. But overall, if you want just the biggest bang for your buck, compound movements is the way to go.
The other thing we see is obviously on some of these medications for weight loss is appetite suppressant.
Yeah.
That's part of the plan. Is your medicines are going to help your appetite so you don't overeat, you don't eat too much. But if I'm trying to maintain lean body mass, I have to eat. And if I'm not hungry and don't eat very much, that can make maintaining that lean body mass more difficult. So if you're telling someone, when you think about their diet plan, I know you're not super hungry, where do they really need to focus for their nutrition? What do they need to focus on?
Number one's got to be protein. It's got to stay between that 0.7 and 1 gram per pound of body weight. Certainly if you're somebody who's physically active, yes, you can sustain yourself on less, but if you're somebody who's physically active, certainly if you're on GLP-1 or one of those hormone kind of help you for weight loss program, you got to be consistent with that 0.7 to 1 gram. You can also be a little bit higher than that if you want to, but the higher you go, the more appetite suppressant it gets, and the more you can maintain that muscle mass.
Gotcha.
So that's a good thing. If you want to be somebody who want to be in a higher calorie deficit, going in higher protein content, it's going to be more satiating, and it's also more thermogenic to also kind of digest it, which is going to help you be more in that weight loss. So if you can kind of use that in combination of weight bearing exercise and that GLP-1, you're pretty well set.
Gotcha. So somebody on that protein intake, again, that kind of a little over half to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Yeah. So for me, that's anywhere from 100 to 180 grams of protein a day based on my weight. and obviously divide it out throughout the day.
Yeah.
Get that in all in one meal.
Yeah.
But it also, to that point, it's also important to divide that out throughout the day. A lot of people are like, I'm just not hungry. I eat one meal a day. You really want to kind of be stoking that metabolic fire all day long.
Yeah.
So you want to divide those calories out.
I think certainly when you're on something like GLP-1, your appetite is going to be lower. And getting one big meal of the day when you're going to get about 100 to maybe 150 grams of protein, that becomes much tougher.
Yeah.
So if you can do it on small meals throughout the day while hitting your macros and hitting your calorie intake so that your energy doesn't tank and also your muscle mass doesn't tank, I think that's very beneficial.
Yes, very much so, very much so. So our 12 days of fitness plan is going to include workout plans, and Tommy was just reminding me before we went on air that we're going to have 4 upper body, 4 lower body, 4 core exercises, and those will be set up in kind of a couple of days a week. I think we're doing a 3 to 4 day plan, so you'll get those over that 2-week period of time. You'll hit all those workouts. We're also going to have a daily nutrition plan, giving you ideas for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, kind of what those would look like. And those are representative diet plans, but it really helps us start to focus on, all right, where's my protein coming from? What would a meal plan look like? Where should I be focusing my nutrition? And then obviously there are some other benefits. So the big one, obviously, is for those of us that live here in the Metroplex, is if you will like us on social, share us on social, comment on social, Tommy here is going to give you a free session with him personally here at Luxury Lifetime Fitness or Luxury Lifetime Training here in McKinney, Texas. Yep. So do those things. That's open to anybody. If you'll do those things, hit those criteria, and then all you have to do is call her here and get scheduled. Yeah. And he would love to work with you. Again, if you're local here to the North Dallas area, it's convenient, super quick, in and out. They've recently just doubled their space. We may do a video here later and show you they've doubled their space here in their gym. They've added equipment. It's an excellent place to work out. And for those of you that may not be real comfortable going to a large fitness center, I don't want to necessarily be around a whole lot of people, I'm a little self-conscious, this is a great place to train. Generally speaking, it's one-on-one. There may be a couple other people here doing one-on-one training at the same time, but it is not the big gym crowd that you see at some of the large fitness gyms in the area. So we'd love to have you reach out. Tommy, so the last thing as we're wrapping up is, if you had to give somebody a couple of takeaways as they're looking at this new year for fitness, besides we talked about protein, we talked about weightlifting, are there any other kind of lifestyle things that are important that people to consider for not just weight loss, but even just general health? And
absolutely. The biggest thing is also going to be sleep. Like that's something that is often neglected in some people who start their fitness. And you gotta be between that 7 to 9 hours sleep if you want the optimal metabolism, but also the optimal amount of losing that % body fat.
Gotcha.
Right? Because if your body's going to be in that survival mode, but if it's going to be in that sleep deprivation mode, it's going to really maintain that fat for the energy. And also you're going to be losing less energy because you have less energy available because your body's not fully restored.
Very good.
Get yourself enough rest. I would say also in terms of workout programming, we are here for you for that. And not all programs are made equal. And that's the biggest thing is I can make you move, a trainer can make you move, make you do burpees on the floor. It doesn't mean that you're going to achieve your goals. And I think based on the 12 days that we're going to offer, it's going to show individuals of okay, those are well-designed movements to get you started or to challenge you if you're somebody that is regular in the gym. But we are here for you to help your health and fitness goals. Whether you just started and you just want somebody who wants to be in shape for your kids, or somebody that has tried for a long time, is in decent shape, or wants to get in better shape. You're here in the Metroplex, I'm here to service you in McKinney, Texas, or if you're online, we can do an online consultation and we can see the different availabilities that we both have. But also we want to help you in the midst of your hormone therapies or whether you are on GLP-1. We want to help you to make sure that your goals, in terms of that, what you're using right now, needs to be accommodated by some fitness goals, but also some nutritional goals. So make sure you're fully rounded in that. And we're here to help you overall in all the aspects to make sure that you can win.
But once again, I'm Dr. Russ Skinner. I'm with Superior Health and Wellness. Tommy Fleury, our certified trainer and nutritionist. We're excited about offering this 12 days of fitness starting January 5th. So again, go to our social, Facebook, Instagram, go to our website, get signed up, get on our mailing list so you'll get all these tips and program guides for the first 2 weeks of the new year so you can meet all of your health care and fitness goals for 2026. Excited to have everybody along and to your health. Thank you.
Absolutely.